So we are going to start with grade 9 maths. So you can find the lessons on aplusstudents.com. Just go to a plus just go to aplusstudents.com. There you can find you have to log in using your email address and password as provided by the administration. Then you have to log in. Then you have to select math from the subject. Then go to grade 9. Then click on the view all lessons. And we're working on the first chapter, that is operations. So let's start with the operations. And the lesson we are going to start with is multiply and divide rational numbers. So let's start with the lesson multiply and divide rational numbers. So let's start with an examples. Multiply and divide rational numbers. Make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the examples or the important definitions. Got it? Okay, let's start with the first one. Okay, the first example is negative 1 over 12, negative 1 by 10 divided by 1 by 4. So we have to turn this division problem into multiplication problem. We have to remove that division sign to the multiplication by taking the reciprocal of the term that is right after the division. Reciprocal means if you have 1 by 4, the reciprocal is you have to switch the numerator and denominator. So its reciprocal is 4 by 1. Got it? So you have to do negative 1 by 10 times 4 over 1. Got it? So when we are doing multiplication, just multiply numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. So you have a negative 4 over 4, negative 1 times 4 is negative 4, and negative 4 over 10. So we have a common number that can divide both numerator and denominator. So divide them by the common number, that is 2. So it is negative 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the answer is negative 2 by 5. Got it? Okay. The next one is 1 by 10 divide 1 by 6. So again we have to do the same. We have to convert that division to problem to the multiplication one. We remove that, replace that division sign with the multiplication one by taking the reciprocal of this one. Reciprocal means you have to switch numerators and denominator. So it would be then 6 by 1. So just multiply the numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. So 6 times 1 is 6 and 10 times 1 is 10. So we have a common number that can divide both numerator and denominator. So divide them by the common number. 2 times 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 6 divided by 2, 10 divided by 2 is 5. Got it? Okay, on the top right corner of the topic you have the test button. So just click on the test button so that we can start with the test questions. Okay, the first one is negative 1 over 5 divided by negative 1 over 2. Okay, so convert the division problem to the multiplication one. Remove that division, replace that division sign with the multiplication by taking the reciprocal of this term. So the reciprocal of 1 by 2 is negative 2 by 1. Just switch numerator and denominator. So it would be negative 2 over 1. So you are multiplying two of the negative numbers, negative 1, negative and negative makes positive. So negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. And 5 times 1 is 5. Got it? Keep this very important point in your mind. Negative number multiplying a negative number results with a positive number. Got it? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next one is um, select the correct option and click on the next question. Okay, button. The next one is 3 by 10 times negative 1 by 3. Okay, so you are multiplying the fractions. So multiply the numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. So 3 times 1 is 3 times negative 1 divided by 3 times 3. So 3 times negative 1 is, you are multiplying a positive and a negative number. So when you are multiplying a positive and a negative number, answer must be negative. If both the numbers have different signs by multiplying the integers, answer must be negative. Got it? So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 and 3 times 10 is 30. You can divide them by the common multiple, that is 3. So divide both the numbers by 3. So 3 divided 3 is negative 1 and 10 divided by 30 divided by 3 is 10. So the answer is negative 1 over 10. So select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Move on to the next one. The next one is 7 by 10 divided by 1 by 7. So you have to convert that division problem to the multiplication one by doing the same we did with the questions earlier. You have to convert that division sign to the multiplication, and you have to take the reciprocal of the term after the division sign. So the reciprocal of 7 by 1 by 7 is 7 over 1. So multiply the numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. 7 times 7 is 49 and 10 times 1 is 10. You can write down the answer in the mixed fractions because the numerator is greater than the denominator. So just divide them. 49, 10 times 4 is 40 and 49 subtract 40 is 9. So you can write the answer as this is always the whole number. So 4 is the whole number. The remainder is the numerator and the denominator is same. So it is 4 whole 9 by 10. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next question is negative 1 by 8 divides negative 1 by 7. So do you know the answer? Yes, it is 7 by 8. See how? Negative 1 by 8 replace that division sign to the multiplication one by taking the reciprocal of this term. So the reciprocal is negative 7 over 1. So multiply the numerator time numerator. You are multiplying two numbers that have the same sign. So their answer must be positive. So negative 1 times negative 7 is 7 and 8 times 1 is 8. So the answer is 7 over 8. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is 1 by 10 divides 1 by 6. So again, replace the division sign with the multiplication one by taking the reciprocal of this one. It is 6 by 1 then. Now you have to multiply numerator time numerator. So 1 times 6 is 6 and 10 times 1 is 10. So divide both the numbers by a common factor, that is 2. So divide them by 2. So it is 6 divided by 2 is 3 and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So it would be 3 by 5. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. So you can complete the test by yourself later today. I'm moving on to the next lesson. Just click on the back button so that we can on the next lesson. Also, you can find the lessons on grade 9 maths. You have to log in. You have to go to aplusstudents.com. There you have to log in using your email address and password. Then you have to select math as a subject. Then you have to scroll down to grade 9 maths. We are on the very first topic, very first chapter, that is operations, and there you can find the lesson. We are going to start. The lesson name is evaluate variable expressions involving rational numbers. Okay. Okay, the first one is, let's start with examples. Evaluate the expression for m equals, evaluate expression for m equals negative 0.4 and n equals 10, and the expression given is mn. So mn means they are multiplying. So just do m times n. Actually, they, you can say this is m times n. Either you write the operations in between them or you don't. That means they are multiplying. So just replace the variables with the value. Plug in m equals negative 0.4 and n equals 10. So 0.4 is a negative number and 10 is a positive number. So when you are multiplying two numbers, this is very important point. You can note down this point. Make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important points. Got it? Okay, when you are multiplying two numbers with different sign, two integers with different signs, the answer must be negative. Got it? Their product is negative. When you are multiplying two integers with different signs, their product is negative. So answer must be negative, and negative 0.4 times 10 is 4. So the answer is negative 4. Got it? Okay, you can note down the example. I'll wait for a while. Okay, the next one is evaluate the expression for q equals 19 and the expression is q plus 8 over 3. So just plug in the value of q in the expression. Q is 19, so it would be 19 plus 8 over 3. 19 plus 8 is 27 by 3. So you can divide 27 by 3. So 27 by 3 is 3 times 9 is 27. So the answer is 9. Got it? Okay. On the top right corner, you have a test button. So just click on the test button. Okay. The first question on the test is evaluate the expression for t equals 4.3 and u equals negative 0.2. Write your answer as decimal or whole number, and the expression is tu plus t. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to plug in the value of all the variables. So t is 4.3, so it would be 4.3 times u is negative 0.2, and then you have to add again the t. So the t is 4.3. So first you have to multiply them. You are multiplying two integers that have opposite signs. So when you are multiplying the integers with the opposite signs, their answer must be negative. Got it? So 0.2 times 4.3 is 0.86, and answer must have a negative sign because you are multiplying two numbers with opposite signs. So then you have to add 4.3. So 4.3 negative 0.86 plus 4.3 is 3.44. You have to subtract them, and the magnitude of the greater number is 4.3 and it has a positive sign. So answer must be positive. So the answer is 3.44. So our first option is the correct one. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is D equals 4. Evaluate the expression for D equals 4 and F equals negative 1.4, and the expression is df minus d. So what we have to do, we have to plug in all the values. So plug in the value d is 4 and f is negative 1.4, and subtract again d is 4. Got it? So just evaluate these values. So 1.4 times 4, you are multiplying a positive and a negative integer. Answer must have a negative sign. So 1.4 times 4 is 5.6 minus 4. So you are adding two numbers with the same sign. So you have to add them, and the answer must have a negative sign because the greater one is 5.6 and it have a negative sign. So it would be negative 9.6. Got it? So select the correct option. You are given two of the options. Negative 9.6 is the correct one. And then click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is evaluate the expression for Q equals negative 5 and R equals negative 14, and the expression is 0.8 R and plus Q. So plug in all the values. So it would be 0.8 times R is negative 14, and then plus Q is negative 5. Got it? So just evaluate the values. 0.8 times negative 14 is answer must have a negative sign. You are multiplying a positive and a negative number. It would be 11.2, and then you are adding two negative numbers. When you are adding two negative numbers, you have to add them, and you put the answer of the great negative. You put a sign of negative. So negative 11.2 and 5 is negative 16.2. Got it? Okay, the next one is Evaluate the expression for okay. Evaluate the expression for j equals 5 and k equals negative 1.9. So the expression is jk plus k. So plug in all the values. So j is 5, k is negative 1.9, and then again k is negative 1.9. So you are multiplying a positive and a negative number. So replace the values, evaluate the values, sorry. So 1.9 times 5 is negative 9.5 and plus negative 1.9. You are adding two numbers, you are adding two negative numbers. So you have to add them and you have to put a sign of the negative sign. You have to put negative. So it is negative 11.4. Got it? Okay, so you can complete the test by yourself later today. I'm moving on to the next lesson. Just click on the back button so that we can on the next lesson. If you have any problem with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from 5 to 9. So the next lesson is order of operations with rational numbers. Let me write down the lesson name. Order of operations with rational numbers. Okay. Okay, the first example we're going to start with a negative 27 times negative 2 and divided by negative 0.9. So the multiplication and the division has the same priority. So we have to start from left to right. So from left to right we have multiplication first. So first we have to multiply. Got it? Okay, let me explain first the um, how to what is the um, which operations to be performed first if you have any of them. First you can multiplication and division has the highest priority. Then you can add and subtract. So if they are in the same question, you have to start from left to right. Got it? So first you do multiplication and division, and then you can do addition and subtraction. Got it? So start with the first one, multiplication, multiply first. So you are multiplying two negative numbers, answer must be positive, and 27 times 2 is 54. You have to divide them by a negative number. So when you are dividing a positive number by a negative number, answer must have a negative sign. So divide 54 by 0 0.9, that would be 60, negative 60. Got it? So this is basically the order of the operations and which order you have to perform the operations. Multiply and divide first, then you can add and subtract. Got it? Okay, let's do another example. The next example is 8 divided by negative 1 by 3 divided by negative 3 by 4. Okay, so we have just divide division here. So you have to go from left to right. Starting from the left, first we have to do 8 divided by negative 1 by 3. So we already did the division of the rational numbers. We have to convert that division sign to the multiplication one by taking the reciprocal of this term. So it would be the negative 3 by 1 by writing this one as it is. Got it? Okay, then you have to multiply numerator time numerator. It would be negative 24 by 1 divided by negative 3 by 4. Got it? Now you have to replace this, you have to replace this division sign to the multiplication by taking reciprocal of this one. So negative 24 by 1 multiply 4 by negative 4 by 3. Got it? So you can divide negative 24, you can divide, here you have 3 and here you have 24, they are the common they have the common multiple, so you can divide 3 by, you can divide both of them by 3, so it would be negative, because 3 times 8 is 24, and you will negative 4 over 1. So just multiply, you are multiplying two negative numbers, answer must be positive, so 8 times 4 is 32. Got it? On the top right corner you have a test button, so just click on the test button so that we can do practice questions. Okay, so the first question on the test is exactly the same we just did on the board. So the answer for this question is 32. So select the correct option. You are given three of the options. See, the question is written on the board. That's the same one on the test at my side. Maybe you have different one. So on my side, the first question is same. So the answer is 32. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. But most of the tests have the same questions. So you have the same one. Okay, the next one is negative 2 over 9 plus 5 and divided by 5. Okay, now you have an addition and a division. So here division has the highest priority. Got it? So you have to divide first. You have to 5 divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Got it? Sorry, it is negative 5. So you are dividing a positive and a negative number. So answer must have a negative sign. Now you are adding two numbers with the same sign, so you need to put a negative sign and you have to add them. One is a whole number, so you can write them as negative 1 whole 2 over 9, because it's a whole number and it's a fraction. When you are adding the whole number and the fraction, you can write the whole part and the fraction as it is. So it will then negative 1 by negative 1 whole 2 over 9. So the correct option is the third one. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Got it? Okay, good. Let's start with the next one. The next one is negative 1 times 2 and divided by 1 by 2. So again, you have a multiplication and division in the same question. They are on the same level, so you have to start from the left to right. So you have to perform multiplication first. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. You are multiplying a positive and a negative number. So answer must have a negative sign. Got it? Then you have to do the, now you have to do the division. Got it? So negative 2 divided by 1 by 2 is, you have to um, change the division sign to multiplication 1 and the reciprocal of the term. So negative 2 times 2 is negative 4 over 1 and it would be negative 4. Got it? So the correct option is negative 4. Select the correct option and move on to the next question. Okay, the next one is 2 by 7 times 11 times 1 whole 2 by 11. So all of them is a multiplication. So you have to start from left to right. So start multiplying the first two terms 11 times. You have to do 2 times 11, 7 times 1. Sorry, here you have multi 1 whole 2 by 11. So it would be 11 times 2 is 22 and 7 times 1 is 7. Now you can convert the same proper fraction to the proper fraction. So it would be proper to improper fraction. 11 times 1 is 11 and you have to add 2. It would be 13 over 11. Now again you have to do the multiplication, just multiply them. Yeah, also you can, here you have 22 and here you have 11, so you can divide them. 11 times 2 is 22, so you have 2 by 7 times 13 by 1. So 13 times 2 is 26 and it's 26 by 7, so just divide 7 26 by 7 times 3 is 21. Here you have a 5. So it would be 3 whole 5 over 7. That would be the first option. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. So you can complete the test by yourself later today. So I'm going to start with, just click on the back button so that we can on the next lesson. You can find these lessons on A Plus website. Just go to aplusstudents.com. You have to log in using your email address and password as provided by the administration. Then you have to select math as a subject. Scroll down to grade 9 maths. So we are doing the very first chapter, that is operations. And now I'm going to start with the final test of the chapter. Got it? So if you covered all the lessons, then you can do the final test by yourself. That would be very easy for you. But before doing the final test, you have to cover all the lessons before this test. Got it? So on the final test, we have different questions. But you have covered all the lessons, so you can do the final test. Got it? Let's start with the first one. Negative 27 times negative 2 and divided by negative 0.9. So we have to evaluate. So multiplication and division has the same priority on the same level. So you have to start from left to right. So first you have to do the multiplication. So you are multiplying two negative numbers. Answer must be positive. So 27 times negative 2 is positive 54. And now you are dividing a positive number by a negative number. So answer must have a negative sign. So divide 54 by 0.9. That would be negative 60. Got it? So you are given three of the options. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is evaluate the expression for x equals negative 5.4, y equals negative 0.9, and the expression is xy plus y. So what you have to do, you have to plug in all the values. Okay, the x is negative 5.4, y is negative 0.9, and plus y is again negative 0.9. So just evaluate these values. You are multiplying two negative numbers. Answer must be positive. So you have to do 5.4 times 0.9. It would be 4.86 and plus negative 0.9. So you are adding two numbers with the different signs. So the answer must, you have to subtract them, and the answer of the sign of the greater one is positive. So answer must be positive. It would be positive 3.96 because this one is a greater number with a positive sign. So answer must have a positive sign and you have to subtract them. So the answer would be 3.96. Got it? The positive 3.96. Got it? Okay. So select the correct option and click on the and move on to the next question. Okay. The next one is evaluate the expression for b equals negative 15, and the expression is negative b. Just plug in the value of b, you have just a negative sign, and multiplying two negative numbers, that means you have a negative one. Multiplying two negative numbers mean multiplying two negative numbers, the product is positive. So it would be positive 15. Got it? Okay, the next one is evaluate the expression for w equals negative 14 and the expression is w by 7. So what you have to do you know the answer? Which one is it, negative 2 or 2? The options given are negative 2 and 2. So which is the correct option? Yes, it is negative 2. See how? replace the plug in the value negative 14 by 7. You are dividing a positive and a negative number. Answer must have a negative sign. 7 times 2 is 14, so that would be negative 2. Got it? Okay, move on to the next one. Evaluate the expression for r equals negative 10, s equals negative 0.1, and the expression is rs minus r. So plug in all the values. R is negative 10, s is negative 0.1, and negative r is negative 10. So just evaluate the values. So negative, you are multiplying two negative numbers, answer must be positive. So 10 times 0.1 is 1, so you have a positive 1, and minus 10. So you are subtracting two numbers with the opposite signs, so their answer must be positive and you have to add them. Got it? 10 plus 1 is 11, so the answer is positive 11. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next is 1 by 4 subtract 1 by 2. So you are subtracting two rational numbers with the unlike denominator. So first you have to make their denominator same. So the greater one is 4. You can make the smaller denominator equal to the greater one. So 2 times 2 makes 4. So just multiply this fraction by 2 to make their denominator same. So it would be 1 times 2 divided by 2 times 2. So 1 by 4 subtract 2 times 1 is 2 and 2 times 2 is 4. So they have same denominator, just subtract their numerator. So 1 minus 2 over 4. So you are subtracting a smaller number out of the greater one. Answer must have a negative sign. It would be negative 1 over 4. Got it? Okay, the next one is evaluate the expression for m equals 4.2, n equals 9.1, and the expression is m plus n. So just plug in all the values. So m is 4.2, n is 9.1. So simply add them. It would be 9 plus 13. It would be 13.3. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is 1 by 10 and plus 1 by 10. So you have two rational numbers that have the same denominator. Just add their numerators. So 1 plus 1 is 2 by 10. You have a common number that can divide both the fraction numerator and denominator. It would be 1 by 5. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is negative. Evaluate the expression for v equals 0 and the expression is negative 20v minus 7. So just plug in the value. So it would be negative 20 times 0 and minus 7. Any numbers multiplying 0 makes it 0, and 0 minus 7 is negative 7. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is 7 by 10 subtract 3 by 10. So they have same denominators, just subtract their numerators. So 7 subtract 3 is 4 over 10. We have a common number that can divide both numerator and denominator. So 4 by 2 is 2 and 10 by 2 is 5. So the answer is 2 over 5. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is 4 by 5 plus 3 by 5. So say they have same denominators, just add their numerators. So 4 plus 3 is 7. It would be 7 over 5. So numerator is greater than denominator. You can divide and write the answer in mixed fractional form. 5 times 1 is 5, and here you have 2. So this is the whole number, 1 whole. This is the numerator, and denominator is same. It would be 1 whole 2 by 5. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is and simplify negative 9 whole 2 by 5 times negative 8 times negative 7 by 12. Okay, so you have just multiplication sign, so start doing from left to right. So convert this fraction to improper fraction. You need to multiply 9 times 5, that would be negative 45, and you have to add 9 times 45 is 45, and you have to add 2. So it would be 45 and 2 47, negative 47 by 5 times negative 8 by 1 times negative 7 by 12. Just multiply numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. So it would be 47 times 8. You are multiplying two negative numbers. Answer must be positive. It would be 376 by 5 and multiply negative 7 over 12. So just multiply numerator. Again, you are multiplying a positive and a negative number. So 376 times 7 is 2632 divided by 12 times 5 is 60. So you can find a common multiple and divide them. I think 4 would be the common multiple, so you have to divide them by 4. So just divide both the numbers by 4. 2 divided by 4, that would be 658 and 15. Got it? So just divide them and write the answer in the mixed fractional form. 658 by 15. 15 times 4 is 60, and 15 times 3 is 45. Oh, I forgot a negative sign because positive and negative makes negative. So it would be negative. So 58, 8 subtract 5 is 3. So the answer is negative 43 whole 13 by 15. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. So you can complete the test by yourself later today. So you can find these lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in using using your email address and password as provided by the administration. Then you have to select math as a subject. You have to scroll down to the grade 9 maths. So there you have the very first chapter, that is operations. We have completed this chapter today. So please make sure before the next class you can complete the test for all the lessons we did today. And if you need more help with the topic and any questions, so you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from 5 to 9 Monday to Friday. Got it? That's all for today. Thank you. Bye.